Today I want to talk a little bit about why you need a domain name. And there's a lot of ways to make money on the internet. People are making millions, I suppose billions. But anyhow, your domain name is your identity on the internet. And of course some people have several different domain names, and each domain name has a specific purpose. And so, sometimes you might want several. But for the sake of a blog, you'll need at least one. And when you get a blog, a lot of times, people look on the internet and say, well, I can get a blog for free. Well, you can. There's a lot of places that'll give you a free blog. And but they might put advertising on your site for you that you don't want, and they might have other disruptions, and certainly they control your site and own it. And if they go out of business, then you lost your site. And of course, the other thing is they have rules and regulations and terms of use and things that you got to comply with, and they may not share your point of view, and so if they don't, then they may ban you or delete your blog, or there's a lot of reasons why your blog could get deleted. And if you spend a year or two working on it and getting it really good, and then somebody just deleted it for you, then you lose maybe millions of dollars. So you want to control it. And when you are on somebody else's website, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or whatever, you contribute to their business, and you become a part of their property. And so if you have a blog on somebody else's domain name, well, then that domain name is the one that benefits from your traffic. And so, they can take it away from you. And if you have your own domain name and your own blog, you own it. The only one that can take it away from you is you. The only one that can turn it off is you. You have backups. And so, it's yours. And so nobody can say you didn't follow the rules, because you're the one who decides what the rules are. So you're the one who decides if there's any ads or not, and so it's yours. And that way you own it, you control it, and that's the way to do it. And domain names are cheap. Typically they're $15 a year to register a domain name. And sometimes they'll have specials on a certain extension or something. Like the other day I seen a .me extension was $7 or $8 for a year. Of course, then the next year when you renew it, it'll be the regular $20 or whatever it is. So you're generally better off with going to $15 a year, just a regular .com. And but anyway, when you register your domain name, it's yours. You'll have to pay that $15 every year, but that's no big deal. It's a little over $1 a month would be. And you can generally you can host it where you buy the domain name, and they'll say, well, do you want us to host a domain name? And if you do, then they control the name servers and all that for you. And then you'll have FTP access, which File Transfer Protocol is what that stands for. That allows you to upload a file from your computer in your home to the web server wherever it is. Most of the time, web server's in a data farm somewhere where they'll have a massive internet connection, multiple optical fiber lines, and they'll have thousands of servers, and each server might have thousands of websites. And that's another thing you got to watch out for, is if you're on a shared server, you don't know how many websites that person's putting on that server. So, like if you host with me, you know, if I ever get to the point where that server is slowing down for any reason, then I won't add another domain, you know, period. So, you know, because you want the servers to be running at full speed all the time. So, you know, some people, in order to save money, you know, they might put 1,000 websites on one server, you know. And if they do, each one of those websites draws on the resources of that server. So, you know, if there's 16 gig of RAM or 32 gig of RAM or whatever there is, that's got to be shared. And same with hard disk space, and same with routines. I mean, you know, you get too many things going on at the same time can slow the server down. So you want to host it with somebody who's not going to, you know, be trying to count every nickel and, you know, put you on some server with 1,000 other people where your server is slow because you want to be fast. Because one of the things that Google considers is how fast your site is. And if it's a dog, you know, then you're going to get dogged in Google, you know, because they're going to think, well, if this guy, you know, won't fork out the extra $5 to get a server that's any good, well, then his website must be worth nothing, you know. So why should they send anybody to it, you know? So anyhow, you want to get on a good server, and you want to have a control panel. And so in your control panel, you want to be able to add email addresses, and there's no reason to have a limit on them. You know, if you get a web server that's a web host that says, well, I'll let you have 5 emails. Well, that's a joke. The only reason there could possibly be a limit is if he limits them. Because if you have your own server, which I do, then there's no limits. If I want 10,647 emails on one account, that's not a problem. Now, that'd be crazy. I would never do that. But I'm just saying there's no limit. So when these people, you know, they start putting limits on you, well, and if you have more than this, then I'm going to charge you an extra $5. I'm going to charge you an extra $10. And, you know, you sign up with somebody and you think you're getting a cheap deal, and that's what you're getting is a cheap deal, because every time you do one little thing, they charge you more money for it. It's better just to get a legitimate web host that's whatever it is, if it's $10 a month, $20 a month, $50 a month, whatever it is, and it never goes up and it never goes down. That's it, and you can do any damn thing you want ever. And there's no cost for anything additional, period. So, and it has support, you know, because you want support, you know. So, anyhow, those are things to look out for when you're, you know, choosing a web host. And your blog is your identity. And it can be a money machine. I mean, if you look at all the people that are making the $1 million, whether it's a month or whether it's a year, if they're doing it online, they've got a blog, they've got websites, they've got a web presence. And that's where they're making their money. Some of them are making it by ads, selling ads to other people. I mean, once you get a lot of traffic, there's a lot of things you can do. So what you want to do is get a lot of traffic, and then you have those options. So when you have a blog, that solves the problem of having to pay for leads, because Google will send you all the leads you can handle for free and be happy about it. And that's if you have content, because every search engine wants to be the best, and they want to serve up the best results. When somebody types in a question, they want to send somebody that can actually answer it, the question. So if you have a stupid little old website that only gets 3 visits a week, you know, well then they're not going to ever send you anybody, because why would they? You're just a dumb old nothing. So you got to get to where you're getting a lot of traffic, and that means you've got to have a high DA, which is domain authority, and PA, which is page authority. And you can go to Moz.com, Moz.com, and there's other people that do too, but you can check your PA and your DA, and it can change, and it will change. And there's a lot of things that you can do to change it. And so what you want to do is you want to have a high-ranked website. One of the things that determines your domain authority is how long it's been in existence. If you just registered your domain the day before yesterday, then you've only got 2 days under your belt. If you've got 25 years, that's going to rank significantly higher than somebody that's only had it for 2.5 hours. So longevity is something that's critical, and it can't be faked. You know, you can't fake that you've had that domain for 10 years if you haven't. So longevity is a big deal. How many people link to your website is a big deal. If you have a lot of people linking to your website, then Google is going to think, wow, this must be a pretty important website. All these people are linking to it. And then your domain authority is going to go up. And it goes up according to how good the link is. If you get a link from somebody that's just a nothing, well, then that link don't mean too much. If you get a link, if somebody links to you, say, from the United States Navy or the White House or something like that, then that carries significantly more weight. So there's a lot of things you can do, and your blog can be a money machine, but you need to feed it, and you feed it content and SEO, that's search engine optimization. And so that's what you need to do. And if you consistently write high quality content that's unique, original, you can't just go steal other people's stuff, because Google knows if you're a plagiarizer. So if you don't have original content, then you're going to get docked for just being a copycat. So you need to write your own content. You can use other material for your ideas and stuff, but it needs to be your words. So those are things that can raise your domain authority and your page authority, and the higher you get, pretty soon when you go to Google Analytics, and that's free, and that's one of the things you want to get an account right away, Google Analytics, and it'll tell you how much your page is worth. And in the beginning, it's worth zero, because nobody's dumb enough to advertise on a page that never gets anybody visiting it. So, but as you get more traffic, then your page rank and your domain authority will increase. So those are the reasons why you need your own domain name, so that you can build your website, not somebody else's. When you make a post on Facebook, well, you're part of their traffic. All you do is make them look good. No matter how good content your content is, everybody's just going to say, oh yeah, there's good content on Facebook. Well, how about putting it on yourname.com? Then it means something, and it's making your site the one that looks good. And besides, you won't ever ban yourself, and Facebook might. So if you like this blog, or if you like this video, click like. You can subscribe. I've got other videos. You might like them. And if you want to be a part of the business that I'm in, there will be a link under this video where you can take a free tour and check that out. And otherwise, I hope you have a great day.